a comfy throne. Smart as hell with a side of flair. Politics sass and a killer stare. Casey's lurking tail in the frame. Chat's already playing their games. That target day, sharp and bold. Hot takes drop while the chaos unfolds. Truth with bite, filth in the way. Still showing up every streaming day. Brains and vibes, she leads the pack. Now buckle in, no looking back. That dark night, let's
go! Okay. Can you hear me? Let's put this closer. Can you hear me? Here's the wig. Okay, here she is. Here's Amelia. and you know what? I'm sorry, Amelia, but the bangs with these eyebrows, you can't have bangs. It just doesn't work out. And also this purple, it's very purple and very shiny. So I'm not exactly convinced by this purchase. It's not giving me the same as Temu shoe. But I thought I would wear it for you guys in the beginning, for all of you people all of you amazing people that are here in the beginning. Okay, who are you're here. This is going to be cut out of the stream later, so you get to see this and laugh at it, have a look. Okay, we'll have to get the long one because basically there is a version of this wig, my blonde wig, that is purple, and I can get that one. It's more natural looking purple. Yeah, exactly. We just need a stripper pole and leggings. Listen, there's no leggings happening over here. Okay, we are in nice harem pants. Okay, nice and baggy. You can't see the form of the female in these pants that I wear. So yeah, that's baggy like my shirt, my pants. Anyway, yeah. So there we go. There it is. And look, it even see because it's so shiny. The green screen doesn't really play very nicely with it. So we're gonna just stop the camera for a sec, and I'm gonna swap into my natural hair color. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay. Ugh. My hair is at least a little bit wavy, but it's also frizzy. So anyway, oh, it looks so natural now. My hair looks so natural. Okay, here she is. She's back. It's just me. It's just me, guys. Sorry, Amelia, but I don't know what we're gonna do with Amelia. What do we do with this now? Give it to some, I don't know. Anyone want this? I'll send it to you. Here we go. Oh, you know, no wait. I've got to go and put her. I've got to put her somewhere. Shame. Somebody who can pull off bangs. Give it to Gordon. You know what? I'm gonna actually keep it for some dress up party or something sometime, because it's definitely a fun wig, more fun than the blonde one. Okay, so there we are. Sorry about me playing with the microphone. That was the intro. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and now we're back on track. So today, what we're going to do is react to a very long video. So I don't know how long we're going to actually take, how far we're going to get through it. But we're going to watch one of my favorite channels to ever watch, which is the Behavior Panel. And what they do is they're behavior experts. They read body language and whatever. And you will see, if you're like BMO, you might think that body language is all just hacks. People are just talking crap on the internet. And you can't really tell anything from body language. That's silly. We all speak body language. And it's just a matter of interpreting it properly, and these guys are the experts. So that's what we're going to do today. But It's not just about the behavior. Like, please, please. Usually they do, my favorite stuff is they do crime ones. So they go and they look at like body language during interviews and interrogations, etc., because they're also interrogation experts. But hold up. Okay. This is about Candace Owens. They have interpreted finally an interview with Candace Owens. So I'm so excited to react to it because you know me and Candace Owens, boys and girls. I'm not really a fan. Okay, there's lots that I would agree with with her, but on the other hand, there's a lot I don't. So it will be interesting to see. It's been a while, it's been a while since I've obsessed over the woman. The last I heard of her was she had a dream, and Charlie Kirk told her in the dream that things are happening and what. Yeah, we're gonna check out the behavior panel. Just let me get the video up. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope suppose it's Friday night, no, Thursday night now for you. I hope you had a good week. You want to want to hear their take on her crazy eyes? I wonder if they'll say it. I wonder how much they know about her. Because a lot of the time, maybe one of them will know something, and the rest don't know anything about the person. Okay, so here we go. Let's go. Today we're going to talk about Candace Owens. Woo! Boys and girls, I'm so excited. Okay, there we go. Right, let's get going. And put them full screen. Of course, I liked the video before I've watched it because it's duh. Okay, cool. Let's go. Do you watch them, Q? Do you watch the behavior panel? Greg Hartley, Scott Rouse, Chase Hughes, and Mark Bowden. Let's see if they give their usual intros.
Candace Owens, she's in the news again. Greg, why don't you tell us about the videos we're going to watch?
Well,
So yeah, he's got his body language expert. You see they've got body language tactics behind them. True Crime Workshop, all of them. I'm sure people will go, oh, such hacks. No. And if you go and watch Chase's channel as well, he's got a lot of stuff it's very much about, the government manipulating you and stuff. So he might actually be interested in Candace Owens because she likes saying those things about it. But let's see.
this is one of those odd cases where I have no idea. You sent the videos and I watched them this morning. So you picked. You tell us.
So Greg doesn't know. Cool. I think Chase would probably know about her. Mark probably doesn't. Mark's busy doing his own things. Scott, let's see.
All right. Well, she's being interviewed, and the questions she's being asked are most of the things we're interested in. She's talking about the Charlie Kirk situation and some other things, and Trump. It's pretty good, actually.
Too bad we're not looking at, I don't know, an interview between her and Charlie Kirk's wife. That would have been great. But anyway.
So we're going to break those down and tell you.
She's just so crazy. Can't we just break down her own body language, not when she's doing an interview? Can't we just do in body language of her craziest episodes? I would love that. Please, guys.
Exactly what to look for from a body language and behavior perspective, so you'll know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's actually get it a bit faster. And guys, let's play a game. Let's see if we can pick up on our own things. If we pick up and we get stuff right, because I do consider them as the absolute authorities. So if I get something that they've picked up, I'm like, yes. Anyway, Myron Gaines and Candace, both of them are not my favorites. Oh, great. I don't even know who he is.
Here we go.
So, what are your thoughts on the current news? Because it just resurfaced again. They're,
Okay, it's a bit too fast. What's your thoughts on the current news?
in the process right now of getting everything classified. I understand that there were a bunch of emails that came out. And it's coming back up again. I can tell because I'm seeing nothing but CNN clips on it. Anytime they
Why are we okay? We're getting the question, but I'm too busy focusing on his crazy eyes and body language.
love to hit Trump when it comes to this Epstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the latest information that came out recently with the emails and everything else like that?
When he initially balked on discussing Epstein and Pam Bondi did the whole crazy bit, I was told that
It's so weird to see. Sorry, it's so weird to see her talking about something other than Charlie Kirk. Sorry, I'm blown away.
it was because there was donors he was protecting, and that makes sense to me. I have never felt, and I'm a pretty good vibe person, Trump's not into kids.
I wonder if we're going to get eye direction stuff, because she looks to the bottom right, I think. Yeah,
Right.
that's not definitive. There's no definitive answer, but Greg, I think, looks into it a lot.
Oh, the nature of the emails. Was he at a party when people should just think about that? When people say, oh, they exchange, like he was on his plane, never on the island, but like was on the plane, or was it a party? If you were at I mean, you live in Miami. If you were at a party, the idea that somebody could be at any club that you are at, or any party that you are at, has somebody that's underage and looks like she could be 18, and that doesn't really track to me as any evidence of anything other than the fact that he was at a party once, and Jeffrey Epstein was very clearly running a sophisticated network and a blackmail ring.
Okay, so is that her running defense for Trump, saying, listen, it doesn't mean anything? It's not so much about Trump, it's more just about, yes, everybody in the files isn't necessarily in on the thing. We know that. Where there's evidence, there's evidence. We need to take that further.
So I don't think that whatever they have on Epstein with Trump and Epstein is going to implicate Trump in any of that stuff. Yeah. And I've been around him. Trump has a type, and I have never felt that vibe from him at all. But I do think he's protecting some of his donors. I do believe that.
I've noticed, okay, I'm just quickly, I hope they talk about, this is what I'm hoping they talk about, because I was too busy focused on the contents of what she was talking about to actually pick up on, and what they do is they replay it, so we'll see what they're talking about. But what I seem to notice, what I've noticed that she seems to do, is when she starts saying something that is maybe controversial, or that is something that's going to be questioned, she starts getting into vocal fry. She starts vocal frying, and vocal fry is that kind of thing. You know what vocal fry is now. It's kind of a popular term now. We know this. It's common. Hey, Wampa, relax, honey. We're okay.
Chase, what do you got?
Yeah, she reframes the focus. Instead of examining Trump's behavior, she kind of pulls the lens a little wide. Was he at a party? You're in Miami. You've seen this kind of thing. Donors he was protecting. Everything was flowing and smooth. But if you zoom way into the statement about Trump not being into the people she mentioned, her denial has a grimace with a little bit of a disgust expression. She's adamant. She builds credibility, good vibe person for herself before she makes the statement. It's a solid statement of denial. She's willing to mention the word kids, so there's no severity softening there. At the end, which she clearly states it. There
severity softening. So severity. It's what it says on the box. You take words. You make words more appealing. So a severity softening of the word kids would be underage people or younger people instead of kid or child. Those are very emotive words in this context. So that's what trying to diminish the depth of the comment there. She would be doing that. But yeah, okay. I guess also just that's another thing to remember, is that it's not just body language. They do talk about word choice, which is part of behavior. You have to consider absolutely everything. If I'm doing something with my hands on a certain word, that's also going to tell us a lot about what's going on in my head.
There is no confirmation glance to the podcaster interviewer whatsoever.
Oh, she gives no shits. Yeah, that's so true. Confirmation glance. Okay. A confirmation glance is looking up to see, are you with me? Are you following this? We lift our eyebrows to go. It's a request for approval. It's like, do this. The other person will hopefully raise their eyebrows or react to your eyebrow raise, and that's what you're looking for in a request for confirmation. She actually doesn't do that. She's so confident in herself, and that maybe that's what always makes me lose my crap about her in the way that she speaks, because she's just so sure of everything all the time. When she's suggesting things, she's suggesting them and says, oh, I'm just questioning, I'm just asking a question, but at the same time we know you're kind of asserting something. I wish they weren't looking at this. I wish they were looking at her episodes.
Usual. And you almost never see this in somebody who's being decepted. She socializes, normalizes the possibility of it being a party. She's confident making the denial without any hedging. And this can be seen in her eye movements, looking in several directions here. And that's a very good tell that someone's being honest, where they're kind of accessing in different places as they speak. Her lack of rehearsal, her movement not being interrupted or overly managed. This looks like a very truthful denial to me.
Truthful denial, yeah, but she can't deny. Who cares if Candace Owens says that Trump isn't a pedo? Okay, she said it, but we don't know. We've got allegations already against him. So sure, she's saying this is what I think, and that's what the question was, so it's fine. But yeah, she's just saying, nah, I don't think so. And we can't implicate him all the way.
Scott, what do you got?
All right. Well, her body language is great in this because she's really relaxed and she's focused, but she's got that feeling of superiority. She's trying to, I don't know if she's trying to project that or not, but it sure does happen when she's groomed. She says, I was told. But the thing is, she doesn't say who told her this information.
Oh,
that's where the
Thanks,
flags
Scott.
start going up for me, the red flag.
Yes, what Scott just said. He goes, she doesn't tell you who just told her the information. That's something you got to keep in mind with Candace Owens. Obviously, journalistic integrity demands that you don't reveal your sources and all that. But a lot of the time, if you have extraordinary claims, you will actually need extraordinary sources. Sources in American. So yeah, she doesn't do that, and she often won't tell you who it is, and that makes you just go, are you making it up? Who is this? Is that person lying to you? Because that's happened before to her as well.
Her approach is that she has all this secret information, and she'll tell all the information, but she's not going to tell you who said it, where she got it. So that makes me
Thank you, Scott.
really pay attention to what's going on, not just with her body language, but with what she's saying specifically. And because if it's that big a secret and you can't tell anybody, but she's telling us this part of it, then she can't be trusted. But somebody who's supposed to have trusted information is trusting her. It doesn't make sense that person would be smart enough to trust her doing that, because they've probably seen her do that before.
Yeah, why would you trust Candace Owens with any information whatsoever? I suppose people are just divulging, all right? You would just divulge to her because you are a whistleblower. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to speak to Candace Owens because you're a whistleblower. I'm not making fun of the way you talk, Carl. I'm making fun of the way I talk because I don't pronounce all the letters.
So I don't know if I'd be very wary of believing her a lot of times, because you already know she's full of it, because she's not saying who told her this stuff. This is a thing. This is like one of those things that a con will do. We'll see several different moves in here that a con, when they're trying to sell you something or get your confidence or your trust, you'll see her make these moves in here. And I'm not saying she's not being honest here. I'm just saying I see a lot of flags for what I usually look for in someone if I'm trying to decide whether they're telling me the truth about stuff or not.
So yeah, that's another thing. So you can see that Scott is biased against her the way I am. So I'm very happy with that. Fine. He clearly doesn't trust her. But I think they'll just focus a bit more about her, whether she's being truthful or not in a lot of these things. What I want to know, and I hope that this interview gets to some Charlie Kirk stuff, what I want to know is, does she believe the shit she says? Because sometimes I'm like, no, she's absolute grift. She has to be. She can't believe the things she says. They're so silly, right? No. Sometimes on the other end, I'm like, she believes this. She believes all of this, and her eyes are crazy because she's crazy and she believes it. And it would be, that's what I'm hoping to get from this video is, does she believe the bullshit that she spews? How much does she believe it?
So that's all I got on that one. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, it looks a bit of a dog's dinner for me. You've got a questioner there it's an ill-formed question. I don't
Yes,
even know
very.
what the question is. Like, who's he talking about? What emails? He says they. Well, which they is he talking about? Does
The
that
they!
change? So it's an ill-formed.
Mark, it's the they. It's the big scary they. The they that she will fill in for you. Don't worry, okay? It's whoever. The they will be the Jewish people. The they will be Epstein. The they will be the Republicans. Whoever she decides to shit on that day. Yes, I'm shitting on Candace Owens.
Question in the first point. She responds to an ill-formed question by steering away from it into something else, just as you say, Chase. So she's.
I don't think she steers away from it. He says, "What are your thoughts on the released information?" And she just gives her thoughts. So I don't think she steers away from it. Maybe she takes an idea of what his question was and runs with it, and that looks to Mark like she stepped away from it or moved further away from it.
Given a softball, ill-formed question, she doesn't reframe that to go, here's what I'm going to talk about. And essentially, she just gives opinion, and she believes in her opinion.
That's what she was
And
asked
she
for.
sets up herself as an opinion. She says, I'm a pretty good, what did she say? I've got a
Judge of
pretty good
character
vibe,
or whatever.
pretty good vibe. Oh, okay, then. Oh, you got a good vibe about this? Well, then, okay. So you got a good vibe.
That's exactly what she wants us to do. Mark is so true, so right. She wants us to just be like, her thing is trust me, bro. So yes, she says she's a good judge of character, and she said that Trump is not a predator. So you know what, guys? Next time somebody gives you crap about Trump or Epstein or whatever, just be like, listen, I spoke to Candace Owens, and she said that Trump's not bad. Okay. Did Candace Owens speak to the people with the allegations? Like, I'm not saying I believe the allegations, but I'm worried. I'm not out here going, "Ah, it's fine. He's fine." What if he doesn't like black people? What if he's racist and he doesn't like black girls? That's why you're not his type. Or maybe you were too old when you first met him, Candace.
About an ill-formed question that you're steering around. Well, I can have a pretty good vibe. I could have a pretty good vibe that he is involved in something, or a pretty good vibe he isn't involved, but I have no first-hand evidence. So you're asking me an ill-formed question. You're asking somebody an ill-formed question who has no first-hand evidence, or Scott, if they do. And
she does, and she's presenting. She has no first-hand evidence, and she should say, I have no first-hand evidence. Or, well, the way she presents it is that she does. She goes, I've met him and I've spoken to him, and I know. She can only speak for herself, and she should say, I'm speaking only for myself here. But she doesn't do that. She always presents it as if she is the arbiter of truth. That's just the way she is. It's not like she's sitting there thinking, I must make sure that I'm telling it like it is. No, it's just the way she is.
What you're saying, if they do, they're not prepared to go, actually, here is the first-hand evidence that I have. She says, I've got a pretty good vibe for this, that he's not into kids. Well, he ran Miss Teen USA. That's 14 to 19-year-olds. That still doesn't give me any evidence to say he is or he isn't. But I can put forward, just like she can, a vibe. You know, here's my vibe about it. So, of course, for me, Greg, and I'll hand to you in a second, it feels to me like we're in this true believer situation. Is she utterly believes her vibe on this, but and so comes across as very genuine. Why wouldn't she? She's got an idea.
Okay, so far, guys, because remember the main question is, does Candace Owens believe her own bull? Okay, and this isn't really bull crap. It's just an opinion. It's fine, but we're looking at the way that she's presenting it. And so far, what the guys have picked up on is she presents it as if it's heavier than what it actually is. as if she's just so confident in everything. And I guess if you believe something, that's what happens. Duh. That's what believing something means. But because she believes it so much, you're not going to get any deception markers at all. So for this, in terms of Trump, she has no doubt that he is just a normal guy and has normal tastes in whole grown women.
She's got a vibe. She's very forthright. She's a very confident person, fantastic broadcaster, confident in her vibe. That's her job, to go, I've got an opinion. Here's my opinion. And I think my opinion is right, but it doesn't give us any help on the question at hand, which wasn't even formed. Greg, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to pick up with confidence, because my first note is it's easy to see why people follow her. She's solid in communication and confident. A long time ago, I was doing some business transformation.
Oh, sorry, just pausing for a bit of I pause a lot. But yeah, Greg, in terms of Mark, you say Mark is based. Yeah, Mark is very often based. He will often be giving us a lot of insight into actors and people that are in the press, trained in the press and that sort of thing, in being in front of cameras. So that's his expertise. Axel, can you guys hear Axel meowing? Sorry. Gotta go watch my show about stocks and finances. Ooh. See you later, Carl. So yeah, Greg has done. He's also he's ex-military, but he now works in corporate America. So now he's probably going to go into an anecdote about that, and let's see how it is. But yeah, so he's now started talking about confidence.
And a guy looked at me and said, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, but I absolutely trust your confidence. And I said, those are your tax dollars at work. Because
wow. Yeah. So if you say something, we know this, if you say something really convincingly, there's a lot of people that are going to believe you. Case in point.
What you learn is to telegraph what you're saying with your body, with your mouth. Mark, you make a living teaching people to do exactly that. So I'm going to come back to the guy in just a minute, because he is really expressive and I love it. But the only place I see any loss of confidence in her story, if you will, and she declares it, is I was told that he was protecting these donors. And if you want to pay attention to that, I'll walk you through to the mechanics of it. The rest of it, everything is perfect. Her hands are out, her fingers are there. She's looking around her head for information. No real hard-nosed glances to check anything. She's not making hard eye contact. She's not doing what we call the romancer by poking eyes and locking.
So locking eyes, I do it lots to the camera with you guys, and it gets unsettling sometimes with people. I think I did it to like BMO when we were on panel shows or whatever. I'm like, and then if he lands up seeing it or whatever, I can make him feel uncomfortable, even though I can't see him. He can only just see me on a screen. Eye contact is so powerful. So the fact is, she's not doing this thing where she's locked in on the person she's talking to, because she's trying to see, if this was the case, she would be trying to see if there's any bits of disbelief or catching her lie. She's not doing that. That's what he's talking about here.
Eyes with you.
Let me ask you something. How do you feel about buying?
Sorry, guys, we are going to skip this.
The dark web.
Aura is their sponsor. Go and give them a
real-time
look.
secure. Those wrong $1 million. Try Aura automation. Get that too.
That
Aura.
illustrators are good. Her facial expressions, back to one you pointed out, Chase, that disgust at the mere mention of children is what we expect when a person's talking about that. She does a mocking face.
I can't use eye contact on you twice. Yes, I can. I just did.
Like in disbelief, as she says he has a type, and then she goes on to say, I don't get that vibe. That supports her whole story. Her voice tone and her cadence support her message. They're telling. There's logic flowing all the way through. When she gets to this, his donors, she does lip compression. We always associate that with withheld information.
Withheld information. So they're talking about lip compression. The reason, or you could kind of think about it, lip compression is you making sure something doesn't come out. That's why they're saying withholding of information. But also lip compression can also be distaste, can't it? I'm thinking it can be.
She says, I was told, and we see a loss of confidence. She moved from telling to something else. We see actually the first time a little bit of a brow rise. We don't see that at all in her. Let's go back and look at the guy who's interviewing. And I don't know his
Hey, George. How you doing?
name, sorry. But I always say the forehead's a billboard of emotion. Watch him as he's asking questions. He's asking and trying to get
I've got quite a big billboard out here, and I use it a lot. Yeah. That's why don't be getting Botox, ladies. Express yourselves.
you to understand. Then he goes to some concern as he talks to the question. I think he realizes too, Mark, that he has not formed a good question. He doesn't know exactly how to ask.
Yeah,
So I think
he went like this. In terms of the guy's what's the name, body language, he actually even went like he clicked his pen and whatever, because he didn't really know how to frame this question. I don't think he did very well.
seeing a good flow of communication. She's a confident speaker. She's delivering information. So let's look at that as a baseline and see what do we see as she goes into more complex issues.
So, what are your thoughts on the current news? Because it just resurfaced again. They're, in the process right now of getting.
See him. He's like. So, what are your thoughts on the news that he's surfaced again? So maybe it's Epstein has surfaced again, or Trump has surfaced again in the files.
Everything classified. I understand that there were a bunch of emails that came out. And it's
With the
coming back
pen?
up again. I can tell because I'm seeing nothing but CNN clips on it. Anytime they love.
But he's expanding this context. We know the context of what you're talking about. It's there's news. What do you basically his question is, what do you think about Trump in the Epstein files?
Hit Trump when it comes to this Epstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the latest information that came out recently with the email?
See, he's like, well, unless I don't know if this guy's it's his baseline if he does that.
And everything else like that.
When he initially balked on discussing Epstein and Pam Bondi did the whole crazy bit,
I want to see if she ever looks at him.
I was told that
She like flits past him.
it was because there was donors he was protecting,
Okay, she looked at him. Donors.
and that makes sense to me. I have never
Where's the lip compression when she says donor? Apparently, there's lip compression.
that it was because there was donors he was
She went there. I think that's what
protecting, and that makes sense to me. I have never felt, and
I've never. So it's also scorn for anybody who thinks that Trump has that tendency.
pretty good vibe person. Trump's not into kids, right?
Mhm.
So the nature of the emails, was he at a party when people should just think about that. People
Was he at a party? Blah, 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 and then she goes into the socialization. Okay.
say, oh, they exchange like
Socialization, if we haven't spoken about that several times, it's socializing an issue makes it something that everybody deals with, something that we can all socially get on board with. So she socialized it by saying, if you were at a party and you heard about something later on after the party, you heard that there was someone underage there. That's it. That's the extent of your involvement, that you heard about it. You wouldn't actually be the one that's condoning it, the one that invited them, the one that was interacting with them. That's what she's trying to do, socializing wise.
he was on his plane, never on the island, but like was on the plane or was at a party. If you were at you live in Miami. If you were at a party, the
Yeah.
idea that somebody could be at any club that you are at or any
Yeah.
party that you are at has somebody that
Well, see the hands and everything. It's not rehearsed. Okay, let's go.
that's underage
the
as
next
very
thing.
Trump and any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I from him.
So this is still video one. I want them to get into a different question.
One of the reasons why they wanted to get rid of you is because you did the show with us, and when we talked about Jews, we hit the sound effect, the cha-ching sound effect, and that, I guess, that infuriated Ben Shapiro. Is that true, or?
I know where that leak came.
Okay, so we're getting into some juicy stuff here. Okay, we're juicy stuff. Do you get it? I didn't make that joke on purpose. It just happened. So Candace, yeah, we've got the scandal between Shapiro and her and Daily Wire and Candace, all of that, and that they had that back and forth where it was like he said this, she said that, and they were up in each other's business for a couple of weeks. I've even forgotten it now because it's just She's exhausting. But here we're getting into it. So he's now said she got in trouble with the Daily Wire for being on the show with them, and they made a Jewish joke by putting cha-ching with Jewish people. Okay.
Came from.
Ben Shapiro.
So will she, guys, let's see what the question was. The question was, is that true?
Is that true or?
I know.
So is that true? Is it true that she got in trouble or they didn't want to work with Candace anymore? In part, I would think in part, is because of this effect. But did she laugh at it? It's not her fault that they made that joke, but did she laugh at it? Maybe that's what would be the problem. But let's see if she answers the question straight.
Oh, that I know where that leak.
That infuriated Ben Shapiro. Is that true or?
I know where that leak came from.
Okay.
And it came. Gosh, am I?
Okay, I know where that leak came from. Look at me. I know. Again, I know who told you that, or I know where that information came. No. Tell me whether it's true or not. You're busy going onto your sources and stuff, because that's nice and juicy. Can you confirm to me what are we on here? What are you? No, the question was, is that true? Say yes, and then continue about your sources.
Allowed to say anything about this? She no longer.
Oh, I don't know if I'm not allowed to say anything about this. Oh, she is such a freaking teenager. You know, like in school, like she's a mean girl. The mean girl would go, I'm not sure if I should say. Like, that's what she's doing here. Hey, Zaxi. Hey, Michael.
Works for the Daily Wire. And it came. Gosh, am I allowed to say anything about this? She no longer works for the Daily Wire. And I think she.
Oh, I don't know. She no longer works for the Daily Wire. I know people are listening and they're going to go and find all the people that don't work for Daily Wire anymore and they're female, and then they're going to narrow it down because people are crazy.
Was behind that leak. Yeah. So she no longer works for the Daily Wire. So that was interesting.
You still haven't said whether it's true or not, but you've implied that it's true.
Can neither confirm or deny whether or not that is true.
She can neither confirm nor deny whether it's true, but she's going to say that the leak happened, guys. That leak. So you've said it, you've called it a leak as if there was something that came out. Yes? Oh, but I can neither confirm nor deny. No, you've said the words, I can neither confirm nor deny, but the fact is you're not even denying. That confirms it. I can neither confirm nor deny means we use that as a joke, as haha. I can neither confirm nor deny, which is I can confirm. Is it Brett Cooper? Okay.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Yeah. So again, everything is couched behind, veils of secrecy. There's this idea of, we're here to tell you everything. I assume it's an interview because, hey, I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to give me answers and we'll be able to find out stuff we didn't know. But within
Yes, Mark. That is what an interview would be. I ask you questions and then we can find out stuff we didn't know. I love that. I want to clip that so hard. Like if I ever do like an interview and get off track, like that would be quite a nice thing to just remind me. Hey, you're supposed to be asking questions and person's supposed to be answering. Sorry, let's go back.
questions and you're going to give me answers and we'll be able to find out stuff we didn't know. But within that, everything's veiled. Because, mate, it's very entertaining. It's entertaining when these things are veiled.
Infuriating.
I'll come back for the next interview to see
No.
whether it's revealed then. If you reveal it all in one go, it doesn't have the impact and you don't make so much money. So
You don't make so much money. It's true. It's true. And we know that this is her Candace's thing. She will just talk and then go, instead of saying, she won't say I'll tell you next time, she'll be like, I don't know if I can tell you that. And then it's like, okay, so we're gonna have to see if maybe she changes her mind and feeds us more tea on tea.
it's all being a little bit eked out, and I don't know whether that's for entertainment value or for true secrecy or just nobody has anything and nobody knows anything. But here's what I will say, body language wise, we've got this lovely pullback of the hair.
which can't be about her hair being in her eyes because it's such a big move. It has to be what I would call a feint, which is this
A feint.
pretense of grooming, whereas actually it's the pretense before the attack. It's the
Oh, okay. So yes, that is something that people would do. That it's not actual grooming in that you're doing it because you need to settle yourself and you need to prepare yourself to look for something. It's actually like it's exaggerated on purpose to get performative. I know what he's talking about. I can't give my own example of it yet right now.
distract you from the
I won't dress as Creamage. I can't believe you'll dress up as Shoe but not as Candace. Very funny.
attack. So I would pull out of this that there is real aggression and the kind of overt disguise of aggression around this she from the Daily Wire. Again, I don't know who
I don't
is.
know if it's she from the Daily Wire, if that feeling there is from she from the Daily Wire or he from the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro. It might be like, oh, you know what? Maybe that if that disdain, that attack is towards the she who you guys have said is Brett Cooper, then it's like Brett Cooper does not want to hear of this crap. She also has shit with Brett Cooper. But yeah, even though you would think, okay, well, if Brett Cooper's the one that's doing this leak, then isn't Brett Cooper on her side? And blah, blah, blah. I could still see tension because it's like, so what that I have this instance, you are still full of shit. Oh, we're all the way there. I've lost it.
But not necessarily from my point of view.
So she's out of telling mode and she's navigating.
Okay.
But this is the second time she's adjusting her.
No, we're here to tell you everything.
Party that you were at.
It's the pretense before the attack. It's to distract you from the days of aggression around this she from the Daily Wire. Again, I don't know who she is because I'm not allowed to be told. Apparently, it's either
I'm not allowed.
too secret, or I should know, or I don't know. Right below who she is, unless you
people are gonna say what you guys said.
that will get you sued. Then don't write it below. Chase, what do you got on this one?
I think there's good reason to suspect that she's likely protecting a source in the first video, and here she's trying to do the right thing. Maybe there's some legal binding thing where she can't talk about stuff. She mentioned an NDA.
No, I don't think so. I think she's just okay. Yeah, sure, NDA, that sort of stuff. But she's loving, in my opinion, she's loving sprinkling that little bit at you. She's salt baying her way through the conversation. She's not. There's no integrity. This isn't an integrity thing. But let's see what else Chase says.
But keep in mind, as you're watching this video, our brains are not truth-seeking mechanisms. Our brain's number one job is to be a defense attorney for whatever you already believe.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. So Chase is trying to tell me to see something else, and I'm like, no, I already believe that she's full of shit. So I'm going to completely disregard everything that the expert, who I've carried on about them being experts, I'm going to disregard what he says.
So a lot of people watching will already have kind of a one way or the other viewpoint going into this.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. Our brains are not wired for truth seeking. It's defending beliefs.
Bring it down.
But this is the second time she's adjusting her hair.
Okay.
The first time she adjusted her hair, it was right at the mention of Pam Bondi. Right here is another mention of a woman. It might be a fluke, but it's a data point just worth keeping in mind.
Okay, let's see. If guys, keep in mind, try and keep SoCarve, everybody, come on, keep in mind. If next time she moves her hair or adjusts her hair in a certain way, is it every time a woman is involved is being mentioned? It could be a subconscious thing, like am I prettier than the woman? Like that kind of weird thing.
Down left eye movement during this, and we associate that most of the time with someone kind of going through words in their head or internal dialogue. It's a good sign for honesty when it lines up with all the other behavior, and I think it does here. Do you ever watch someone stop performing in real time? That is what
Mm-hmm.
happened with Candace Owens. So pretty early in her career, she wanted to be sharp and palatable and respectable, but she kind of crossed into this rare psychological space where you stop needing to be understood.
Oh, she stops needing to be understood, and now she's just like, here are my words, and you will take them. Is that what he's saying? I don't believe my mind is not wired for truth seeking. You've found like, if you're me, what he's saying, maybe he's talking to normies, okay? If you're me, like me, you have found a certain truth about Candace Owens, and you're clinging to that truth, and in every instance you're looking for her bullshit rather than just, "Oh, she's just saying a thing." I'm like, "Ah." So that's just what he's focused on there. But now, yeah, he's talking about her stopping a performance. Is this the real her then? Is she this?
And she has been in this space for months and months where she does not care if you get it. And I think that freaks a lot of people out.
Yeah,
And I think the
it's
truth
me.
is, most of us are still kind of crawling through life trying to earn a sticker. And it's weird and unusual when someone in the tribe no longer cares about the tribe because we are
She, yeah, she actually had, because she does not. I don't know if it. So what he's seeing in her body language is that she doesn't care. She's, like we've seen, she doesn't look for reassurance. She doesn't see care whether somebody is, her interviewer is listening properly to her or understanding her or anything like that. She is just pontificating all the time. She's just, here it is, here it is. This is it. I decree. I hereby decree. Everything is a decree. And that's it. She doesn't give a damn. She's not, she doesn't, she has this, I don't know, it's not so much that she doesn't care whether people believe her or not. She absolutely expects people to believe her. That's a weird thing. It's not this weird, this humble thing of, oh, well, people might believe me or they might not. It's more like, of course they'll believe me. I know the truth. Like, she does this weird is doing many, doing all the lifting here.
hardwired for that. Our number one fear is public speaking, which is secretly a fear of judgment. And when
Mhm.
somebody drops that, which she has probably in the last year and a half or so, maybe, it's weird for the other tribes people. This has been
He said
well
weird. I said weird. Oh my god, I'm so smart. Sorry.
researched for
I'm just looking for something.
probably dating back to Darwin. Greg, what do you got?
Yeah, however, I do think there's some unspoken language going on between these two people.
Oh,
They
yeah.
Okay.
they know something. And if you want to see her go out of telling and into persuasion, and I always say, look, I did change.
Into persuasion. Is she really persuasive? She's more like, I have been persuaded by myself. Therefore, when is she going? Oh, I guess yes. Her playing around, salt baying, the way I was talking, that is a way of persuasion or a way of enticing. For me, I think it's more of enticing people into listening to her. Not so much that it convinces them. So I wouldn't use the word persuasion, but he should use the word persuasion because he's the expert and I'm just wrong.
Change management for a long, long time. And if you want people to follow you without you telling them how things work, you have to use a lot of tools. You use epiphany. You ask enough questions, they come to your way of seeing it. That wins always. And we'll talk about that more here.
She's not asking any questions. Well, when she does, she's not asking questions here, but she asks these very rhetorical questions, and she leads you with those questions. She leads you to answers that she doesn't actually say out loud a lot of the time. But yeah, let's see.
But when you're telling, you don't need to do that. When I'm only pushing data your way, I just don't care if you believe me or not. I'm just going to tell you. But I have a thing I call the 3-2 rule. When we talk about body language, we're talking about gestures, illustrators, regulators, adapters and barriers. Just 5 pieces of body language. If you can get your head around those
Wait, you said 3 and now you said 5.
5. Gestures being something everybody understands, like the OK sign or a thumbs up. Illustrators being the way you punctuate your thoughts. Regulators being the way you stop a conversation.
Just say it like this. Stop a conversation.
And then adapters the way you release nervous energy, and barriers
That's
the way you
me.
block somebody out. When the first 3 are designed to convey messages, those being illustrators, regulators, and gestures. If those
Mhm.
outweigh the other 2, you're probably being honest and not trying to persuade, period. You just don't care. I do see an increase in the 2 that are protect self. I see adapters. I see her touch her brow, not just her.
Oh, is there adapters? Oh, so there are small signs of what? Insecurity. Are you calling this insecurity?
Hair. I see an increase in barriers. Her hands and her legs are crossed. I see her illustrators drop and go out of
Ah.
frame. So she's trying to persuade. Doesn't mean she's lying. She's trying to persuade. It's very
Okay, so she's marking, or her body is marking the points where people would need to be convinced. This is what I'm hearing from Greg. Am I hearing this incorrectly? Let me know. I'm going to be looking for that now in the when we go over the next clip.
different from the way we saw in the first one. There's also a couple of really interesting pieces of body language we don't see often on here, so I want to point them out. When you're talking about a threat, and this is a threat she's talking about, you'll see people stretch their spinal column. It doesn't happen as much in older people, but in younger people, they'll talk about somebody and do
A
that.
threat.
And it's signaling. I don't know whether it's hardwired or what, but you see it more in young people than you do older people. So it's kind of, you don't see them doing it when they're face to face with a person when they're describing a situation. There's a whole lot more requests for approval.
There is so much that happens in these videos and so much information that, yes, you learn. Of course, I always learn something from them, but there is so much to learn from them that I need to watch them over and over and over again. And that is why it's such a successful channel. Not because of just my views, but I think,
approval from her now. We see her brow rising. We didn't see that as much in the beginning. So she's out of telling mode
rising.
and she's navigating the situation. Chase brought up inward voice or inner voice. That's navigation. I'm thinking about what's the next word. She's navigating this because there's likely some liability associated with it. And
oh,
if you don't believe that when you say I believe, I think, those are good hedge words to prevent saying this is a fact. Scott, what do you got?
Right. This is, and again, this blows a lot of red flags right out of the gate for me, because when she tells where this
Yes.
information comes from, like she knows it happened. That she confirms it, that this did happen. Then she says she can't confirm or deny that it happened. But by the same setup,
thank you, Scott. That's what I picked up. So Scott's at least voicing the stuff that I was picking up in the beginning, because it's like her word choice in the beginning implies absolutely that this happened. By saying that it's a leak, it means there was something there.
he's confirming it. See, and then she does that thing with her, when she's grooming her hair again. The last time she did that, she was talking about somebody, and I was under the impression there were a lot of red flags going off there for me anyway. And now she's doing it again when she's talking about somebody else. She's grooming her hair, the part that Mark was talking about. We see that
If
in
I
there. So
just
for me,
like
that's a pattern.
playing with
Mark
my
says one
hair.
is a pattern. That concept is phenomenal. But now, so we have added onto our pattern, we have another thing happening when she starts talking about someone else. She doesn't do it for the rest of the time, but from those 2 instances, she does it. So I'm not, it just sends off a lot of red flags for me. That's why this one for me is going to be short. And then when someone questions themselves out loud, they look away and they question themselves, and they answer it out loud like they're thinking and you're hearing their thoughts.
Mm.
You got to watch out for that in a situation like this, because they're trying, at that point, they're trying to persuade you into believing you know what's going on in their head, and they're being totally open with you. A con will do that as well. I'm not saying she's a con at all, but I'm saying there are a couple of
She's a con. She is a con. I'll say she's a con.
things in here that cons will use.
But then I'm saying at the same time, she's crazy. So she can't be a con. She's conned herself.
To help persuade you to think a specific or certain way. And that's one of them. So what it gives you, can I talk about that or not? I guess I can, because she's already kicked out. And then, yeah, I'll tell you what, so that there bothers me, because I can see her trying to persuade not only this guy, but whoever the listeners and or watchers are, to going down that path with her. I just know what that looks like. And for me, that's exactly what it looks like. All right, good.
He knows the broader pattern of her behavior. So he seems to be more on par with me and the way I feel. But I want Chase to argue with him.
One of the reasons why they wanted to get rid
Okay, let's slow this down. Okay. Let's look for what they were talking about, right? So what we're looking for is, and this is why I'm doing it live, because I want to do it with you guys. Okay. So we're looking for, she's going to go into more confirmation. Let's look at the fake hair thing. Yeah, let's look at that, because it's marking points, not that she's not confident, it's just marking points that she knows this is where people need to be convinced.
interviews because you did the show with us, and when we talked about Jews, we hit the sound effect, the cha-ching sound effect, and that, I guess, that infuriated Ben Shapiro. Is that true, or?
I know where that leak came from.
Okay.
And she also no, but they didn't. Okay, so here's the brow. Ooh, I know that. What do I get from that?
Is that true, or?
I know where that leak came from.
Okay.
Yeah, look at me. I know. I think it's also it is that kind of smugness of she knows, but she won't tell you. Okay.
And it came. Gosh, am I allowed to say anything about this? She knows.
Oh gosh, am I allowed to say anything about this? This is what Scott was talking about, where yes, speaking out loud, speaking your thoughts out loud, saying, speaking to yourself. Yes, that is and can be a marker of a lack of deception, honesty, but it's also a manipulative thing. That's what Scott saw in it. Is it's manipulative because it's throwing out the idea by her saying, "Can I speak about this?" She's throwing out the idea of an NDA. She's throwing out the idea that she's in conflict with that person. All juicy stuff that she still can't talk about. Oh, my camera is. Come on, stop it now. I speak. Candace is attacking my camera. What's up, love it?
No longer works for the Daily Wire, and I think she was behind that leak.
So I think she was behind that leak. So she's playing that kind of. I can't really tell you. I'm trying to tell you, but I won't really tell you. That's what I'm seeing around this time around. Because the way she goes like this, it's over the top. It's performative. Like I can't really tell you, but you know what I mean. That's basically what she's doing. She's going, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she no longer works for Daily Wire. So that was interesting.
So her feet start moving. Did you see her legs? That was interesting. Her legs go up and down.
Yeah, so she no longer works for Daily Wire.
So she's moving her legs there.
That was interesting.
Holds her hands together. That's what he's talking about, right? So maybe there is some liability there, and that's what's showing.
I can neither confirm or deny whether or not that is true.
And her blink rate increases as she does that as well. I can neither confirm nor deny. An increased blink rate is increased nervousness. Okay, number 3, guys. I should have pre-watched this to find which ones were the juiciest.
I go from Daily Wire. You start up your own thing, and obviously this topic is a very controversial topic when it. Maybe
to shorten this up, guys, because I can't do the whole thing. It's already an hour. Maybe let's listen to the videos, so 3, 4, and 5, or whatever, and see which ones we want to go over. Right. So here we're going to do video 3.
Comes to Zionism, Jewish power, and these other things. And a controversial topic when it comes to Zionism, Jewish power, and these other things. And it led to some things. What red pilled you on this topic that made you say, I got to speak up, even though this is very.
What red pilled you on Jewish people is what she's talking about.
A taboo topic. You get, like you said, deal with demonetization, cancellation, losing an employer. What made you say, I got to speak up on this?
No, she lost an employer because she spoke up on this idea. That's why.
I want to get into heaven. And I think people.
Okay. She wants to get into heaven and she's not a demon. Okay.
Don't realize that that's real. Like, I think people who are atheists don't understand that a part of this whole psych operation was to make you an atheist. Because if you.
Okay. So what? Oh my gosh. So now she's going all the way. This is very juicy stuff. She's gone all the way into, okay, psychology and everything is to make you an atheist. Okay. It's very, when it comes to these sort of conspiracy things, it's like a lot of things had to work together for it to be what you say it is, rather than just the way it unfolded. Okay. It's like, it's not as true. What I mean is it's not as true as she says it is.
You knew for certain that when you die, there is more, which there is. You would be living your life differently, right?
Agreed.
I want to get into heaven.
If you want to get into heaven, Candace, stop all your shit as well. But then again, you believe in Christ, right? You're gonna get into heaven. That's what me and you, we believe that. You're good. Okay? But I don't know if you're gonna sit here persecuting a whole other race of people. I don't know if that's the most Christian thing you could do. It's just me.
And so at the very moment that I know anything is true, I can't tell a lie.
I can't tell a lie. Okay, so the question was, what made you start this up? What made you start speaking? I'm gonna get a piece of paper. You say map out what she says. So we've got the wants to go to heaven. To heaven clip. I think we can do our own analysis of it. But yeah, that was clip 1, clip 3. Let's go to clip 4. See what clip 4 is before we go into their analyses. There we go. Okay, 4.
So it wasn't Tyler?
Cameras at 4K, 1 clear. And so at the very moment that I know anything is true, I can't tell a lie.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't tell a lie. She knows the truth. She knows the truth. She's the arbiter of truth. This comes back. This theme comes back. She's a good person, self-proclaimed. Yeah, exactly. She is the arbiter of Christianity, and we must all bow down to the way that she believes in God.
The shooter, or the alleged shooter, you think they're a patsy?
Okay, this one is very juicy stuff. The patsy. So the shooter, the alleged shooter, the what's that guy's name? The person with the furry roommate, blah blah blah. That person's a patsy because there were people, there was planes flying over, and how many? Sorry, remember the whole thing? It was the Jews did it. Charlie Kirk's wife also was involved. No, it was the company, just the company, not Charlie Kirk's wife. So Erica is fine. No, wait, Erica is actually part of it. No, it was the French government. So how many? No, Tyler Robinson is the patsy, and it's everybody else because she cannot tell a lie. Okay, it's not that. I don't know. It's they're lying. They're not telling us the truth. Okay, so anyway, let's get it. You guys know the Candace story, so I don't know why I'm just, I'm reiterating it because it irritates the shit out of me.
Of course, they're patsy. I mean, come on, it's so dumb. He wasn't even on campus that day. They can't show us one clear image, not even one. All of these cameras, Turning Point has everything in 4K, so shouldn't.
Turning Point has everything in 4K. Again, so immediately she brings up Turning Point, right? So he wasn't even on campus that day. Why him then? Isn't it easier to just frame somebody that was on campus? Why must it be him? This, seeing as we ask all these questions of this conspiracy must have happened. Why him? Why not just find somebody who was against them, against Charlie Kirk to pin it on? Was he there voluntarily? He knew he was going to. Anyway, so Turning Point, she's criticizing Turning Point. Let's look at her body language. Sorry.
Not even one. All of these cameras, Turning Point has everything in 4K. So shouldn't you have caught the shooter on the roof in 4K? Like,
this is the performative scratching head kind of thing, performative false thing of, I don't believe you. She's showing that she doesn't believe by putting her head there.
You had cameras everywhere that day. Every inch of that campus
so do you think
is covered.
That was someone else that was running across?
Absolutely.
It wasn't Tyler?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Someone that just, I don't even know if.
Somebody that just what? Sorry, I need you to finish that sentence. Somebody that was, what was somebody protesting?
There was a person that sprinted that day because everyone's someone that just sprinted. I don't even know.
Just someone that just sprinted. That's all she said.
If there was a person that sprinted that day because everyone's forgetting.
Oh, she doesn't know that there was somebody who sprinted even across. So even that video of the person running across the roof is not true, because we can't believe anything, Candace. We can't believe anything but the Bible.
There was also a news report that came out a week before that somebody was on the roof, and a professor came out and waved the person. Now, they may have been dropping off a gun, dropping off a screwdriver. I don't know.
Okay, so if they were dropping off the gun and the screwdriver or whatever, if they were doing that, honey, sweetie, baby, child, that could have been Tyler. Because we are wondering why we can't find why one of the main things that got people suspicious is we can't see a gun in his pants or anything like that. He's sure, supposedly he's limping, but we're not too sure. And there's lots of people that disputed whether that gun could fit in pants, blah, 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 blah. So you've now, with all your speculation, you've now just put a clue or a something in place that could then disprove your other doubt. That doesn't help us, but we're not supposed to keep track of what you've said. Nah, we're not.
There's one video like one of the students had
But
panned
that
out where he
person
was
who
running.
took that video that I had to track down,
Okay.
Oh, I had to track him down. Yeah, okay.
military.
Really?
Oh, military. Okay. Trust me, bro. Okay, so it's military. Is this a person that is in active military? Is it an ex-militant military person that is actually there because he believes in what Charlie Kirk has to say, because he's a patriot or anything like that? No, you just said military. Because what you're doing, okay, what you often do is you just say, oh, that person was at some point connected to this thing that I need him to be connected to right now. Therefore, that dot is absolutely connected with an absolute thick black line. Not maybe. No, it's absolute.
Everybody's military in the story.
Really?
Right.
And then she also goes and takes a sip. She gets to a sip because that's what we do as well. Take a sip to punctuate what we've said. Obviously, it's not as crazy when you take from a sippy cup, but you know what I mean? It helps. I want to watch this one. So number 4, definitely. Let's go.
Chase, what do you got?
I don't think there's a lot here to debunk. I think she believes what she's saying. I agree. There's a ton of anomalies here that look extremely suspicious. I don't know about the case. I'm not investigating it, but I just talked to Sean Ryan about this, and it really looks like the caliber of the rifle.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the squirrel in the background of Chase's thing, and I wonder if Scott's going to notice because Scott loves squirrels.
Is one. I just talked to Sean Ryan about this, and it really looks like the caliber of the rifle is 100% false. But there is a mountain of other seriously bizarre anomalies here. And I don't look into the case much, but I know there's a lot.
I would like you to look into the case, Chase, because I would trust your analysis of it over hers, because she would just ask you questions and then with, oh, well, the caliber's false. Therefore, it was the Jews is basically what she does.
A lot of people who are still looking into it, and I hope that if any of you are watching right now, maybe you can educate us down in the comments, give us some facts. But I know that Charlie...
Facts. There's going to be a lot of people that will give you Candace's facts, honey. That's the problem.
Privately reported intense pressure from pro-Israel donors to stay super aligned. He described...
Yeah, we know that. Yeah. So he had super intense... So what Chase is saying here is the fact that he had pushback from pro-Israel people means that he was probably killed by pro-Israel people because it was better to take him out than just stop funding him.
These funding consequences if you didn't fall back in line, and I think fall back in line is a direct quote. These texts showed super increasing stress tied specifically to Israel-related positions. And
I hated the way she presented them.
Softening kind of showed up right after that pressure started escalating, which is just bizarre. So there's some really weird stuff that happened throughout this whole thing. Scott, yeah.
Yes, Scott, tell us, Scott. And Scott and Chase need to argue about this live.
All right. Well, we're seeing the accuse of someone relaying what they believe, what they really believe is true. And she's using that confirming tone, or cadence is speeding up. You see the rise in volume and the escalation of her
illustrators,
hand gestures and arm gestures. And at the same time, I think she's again trying to persuade this guy or the listener, the viewer, whatever, to believe what she's saying. because to present this the way she is, I don't know. Yeah. So the set odds.
You see, that's the thing. Chase has just said there's a lot of weird stuff going on there, guys. There's a lot of weird stuff. Educate us. See what he said there? He didn't go, you know, I'm telling you, you know, they lie to you. They lie. People are lying to you, and like she lied. I'm not seeing the giant frame behind Chase. I think it might be a booth of some sort or a mirror. Sorry, and just looking there. I don't know. He's usually in hotel rooms and things, so maybe it's just some weird. No, it's not. That's his own office because he's got the what's it, the YouTube awards and stuff. So I don't know. It's just art, okay? She has no reasoning skills. No, she's not wanting to use them. She just wants you to jump. She just wants you to jump from the question. Her question is supposed to be an answer for you, whereas Chase seems to be comfortable with questions and just leaving them as questions.
I'd say like this: the setup is for persuasion. It's to get someone to believe what you're saying. In this situation, it's nothing big. It's nothing, you know, that's overreaching or too much, but it's there. It's there.
Mhm.
So this is the most animated she's been so far, and the loudest volume she's talked at as well. So there's this thing with volume and confidence, and most people think the louder you are and the more you move around and the bigger your gestures are, the more apt you are to be believed and to be seen as confident. Whereas it's, in my opinion, it's just the opposite of that. If you're transmitting something that's really important and really serious, then your voice gets a little quieter.
Well, she does that, Scott. She does that. She does go down. So she does go up and carry on and whatever. But then what she does is she brings the cadence down and she gets into the vocal fry. That is where she goes. She gets into the vocal fry because that's when she's telling you the real deal. She's giving you the tea. Like, she does that. So yeah, I guess she's loud and whatever, proud in this instance because what? She's just passionate about it. That's just how passionate she is. I don't think that is the tactic to convince people. It's just that's how boldly she believes it.
And you slow down a little bit. You make sure every word is understandable, and your gestures aren't all flailing around and real big and all that kind of thing. The more influential person,
She doesn't care though.
Won't move as.
She doesn't care. She's just so passionate. I do that as well. We were the Biden whisper. No, not the Biden whisper. No, not that. Popping in before I head off to teach to say, hey there, cats and kittens. Hopefully I can make the Sunday stream stay classy. Yeah, we'll be doing another react on Sunday. Maybe we'll take some notes. Maybe we'll diagram a little bit on Sunday. Who knows? I did my vocal fry there just for you. You're finally home, Theo. Welcome home. Welcome home. All right. Let's continue.
They'll be still comparatively to the person who's the other person, if you'll keep an eye on both of them. So
this isn't her baseline, big time though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care. Her baseline also has the vocal fry. You guys need to get into the vocal fry, please.
I'm going to talk specifically. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm talking about how it's moving, how it's changing here. You know what I mean?
Me too.
And Joe Navarro did a great video on just this, pretty much a couple of videos, a couple episodes back on his channel.
Joe has a channel and I'm not subscribed to it. That's a problem.
Also good.
I've got his book though.
Check that out if you want to look deeper into it. All right, Greg, what do you got?
Yeah. So first of all, let's say she's an entertainer and what she sells is complex story. I mean, I've never candidly, the only time I've ever seen her is on
Candidly, get it?
Political commentary during elections. I've never watched her. Sorry. But so I didn't know what to expect. I know a lot of people follow her with true belief kind of ideas. And she is saying what she believes. What is interesting is what you're seeing is a persuasion technique that all of us have used at some point. Let's first say a conspiracy theory doesn't have to know the truth. Period. All of these conspiracy theories deal in uncertainty and
Chase has a good video. I'm not sure. Was it Chase? Yeah, Chase about the conspiracy theories are. Oh no, I think it might be Scott actually that has the conspiracy theory video where nothing is ever good enough for a conspiracy brain. That's just it. It's always going to be. We'll never know. Therefore, we know that it's what I think.
lack of knowledge. All of these conspiracy theories deal in uncertainty and lack of knowledge, and it could be. They can point to some things that are anomalies and then let you fill in the blanks. And that's masterful. It's powerful.
Yep.
And it is entertaining.
It's infuriating. Okay, that's what it is. And I guess that's entertaining.
What's interesting is watching her. She's very confident again. She's got the big illustrators. She's supporting her message like you would expect. This is her wheelhouse. She's telling you something. She's got extended fingers, extended thumbs, but she doesn't adapt her at the back of her neck, which we usually associate with some rising level of stress. And we hear these upward lilts at 4K, not on campus that day. Those are key points that she's going to use because they're anomalies. Now, we didn't poke and prod and say, here's why. No counters. The guy's there to support her in her story. So she's gone back now to convincing as she's telling her story. She even does a little head wobble when she says everybody's in the military and a lip compression at the end of it. That's uncertainty. That's secondhand information, of course. But handing this stuff off is part of it. The other thing
that's absolutely it. That is, I'm glad they're mentioning this handing the stuff off and this uncertainty, dealing in uncertainty thing, because that's exactly her brand. Ask the question, let people use the question as the answer, and you're golden.
Pay attention to, and let's pay really close attention from now on, is when I'm trying to persuade you, one of the most powerful tools is to let you contribute to the story, and you're creating part of the soup. You'll taste your own ingredient. And if you watch her, she's doing that with him. She'll make good eye contact and nod when he says something that finishes her sentence. I teach this in rapport building all the time. If you want to build rapport, test the waters and see if the person can finish her sentence. You're getting there. And the way
give people sentences that they can finish for you. Interesting. I've heard so many unhinged theories. One was that the Kirk children were through a surrogate. Okay. Even then as well, love it. Like, okay, why are we talking about that? Like, okay. Oh, now it's gonna be like what kind of mother is she and blah blah. But still, again, we're just looking. It's like gossip. It's like real high school gossip where we got to find things about the person. And you know what? The children were surrogates. Like, I'm sitting here thinking how it would be if you were in her chair. You are open and clear thinking. Here is strange, not open. It's like she's hiding stuff, not normal. Hers is strange. She's not hiding. I don't know. If I was with her, I would want to just ask her questions. Just ask her questions. Not play like this guy where he answers her or he finishes her sentences because he's tasting his own ingredients and all of that. I would be like, I wonder. Has anyone seen pics of Michelle Obama pregnant? I don't believe it. Just like gossip agreed. Yeah. What's up, no bore? Okay, let's check.
The way you convince people is by not as much eye contact usually, and then you notice her making hard eye contact and rewarding his statements. So she is trying to persuade. Now, that's the nature of what she does for a living and is well within her baseline. So it doesn't mean deception, but what it surely means is we've entered into part of what she does for a living. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with everybody here. Here's where I want to push it. Look,
Yes?
first of all, her tonality is this on this, which is the Charlie Kirk. The subject here is Charlie Kirk shooting. Her tonality is much the same as her religious beliefs, much the same as the Trump stuff.
Everything.
There's no, I think as you were saying, Chase, it's all pretty much baseline for her. There's nothing too extraordinary. I mean, extraordinary. She's a great entertainer. She's a brilliant communicator in many ways.
Ugh. In many ways, but when you watch her over and over again, you kind of need to take a break. I'm sorry if that's what you also have to do with me, but I give you the break by not posting often. See, I'm very nice to you.
Fascinating to watch, compelling to watch. entertaining, and not much changing here. Here's what I do pick up on. And yes, Chase says, like, if you have facts, which are positive things that are provable, like put them down below, but ideas of what isn't, don't put those below, because that's not
Yes.
fact. That's
Exactly. Thank you, Mark. Okay, this is the thing. What isn't? Oh well, they put all of those anomalies there, and that they make conclusions from them, and those conclusions don't have anything underneath. They're just speculation at the end of the day.
just a gap. And we will find, people find God in the gap, people find conspiracy in the gap. We will fill the gap with whatever is most on our mind or we most lack.
Keep in mind with the redacted Epstein files, okay? We're going to fill in those gaps, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm sure they're not pretty themselves, but we're going to fill them in. We're going to say it's Bill Gates when it's not. Like, that's what we're going to do, because you're not telling us.
At the time. So don't put gaps, put this definitely happened and here's, and that's what she's doing. She's creating gaps. In fact, she's doing it, Chase, to your point, with the same methodology that you're pointing to of the psyops, which is category destruction. Okay, the philosophy of Derrida, which is you take a category and you completely destroy it. So she goes, I don't even know whether that person was the person they say. In fact, I don't even know whether it was a person. Whoa.
I don't even know if they were a person. Yes, she's gone all the way down. Every single part of what happened on that day is not to be believed. Like, to the point where people were thinking that, I don't know if she got completely brought into it, but the thinking that he was shot from behind. Like, he was shot from his security guard shot him. Like, shit like that has gone all the way. That we cannot believe anything that we were told. And that is what she's preying on. She's preying on people's distrust in the establishment. So she's like, I am the new establishment. Don't worry, I got this. Also, I love that look at this pause of Mark. It's a great pause. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Category gone, bang, gone. That is the way you demoralize people, because we have the moral of, well, we know a person is a person is a person. Now we've got, well, it could be another person to the person you said. Now a person doesn't even have to be a person anymore. They can be, I mean, I saw one, but maybe it wasn't one. That is beautiful postmodernism. It's absolutely what, you know, Chase, if you're right, the receipt of PSYOP is putting forward. She's using those.
She's using PSYOP tactics, but Chase thinks that it's a PSYOP, though. Mark, Chase thinks that it is a PSYOP in itself. He's wondering. I'm thinking that that's what Chase thinks. I'm getting that sense. Tell us, Chase. Do you think it's a PSYOP?
Techniques on us right now. So everybody's part of the problem right now. Maybe I am as well. Maybe I'm part of the problem. We're all part of the problem.
We're all Chase made because we're part of the problem
right now. Maybe I am as well. Maybe I'm part of the problem. We're all part of the problem. We're all doing all the same stuff. Yeah, we're all.
Greg's not part of the problem.
We're all doing it. It's highly entertaining. But
I think we stepped in your wheelhouse there, Mark. I think you're all up
well,
in
no,
that
because it's
one.
great, because it's beautiful postmodernism, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You destroy a category. You
I need to read more of these guys' books.
Make a new one. You destroy that. You make a new one. It's wonderful creativity.
Let's throw in the asterisk here that it's likely, very likely, not a conscious, deliberate effort to do those things.
Oh, here it is. So Chase, guys, remember the main question that we were asking ourselves is, does Candace believe her own shit, or is she grifting? Does she know she's talking crap and she's just selling it to you? Chase's answer to that is no. She believes it, because he's saying she's not thinking about doing that. She just does it. I'm inclined to believe Chase, what he means there, what he's saying there, because just she really does just seem to properly that's why you feel like she's crazy, because she just has no sign whatsoever of questioning herself, of just she does still enjoy. You can see she enjoys convincing you, or enjoys being right. She gets the smugness. I think that's the thing. That's it. That the smugness of, I know the truth and you're just blind. That kind of thing. So yeah, I'm with Chase on this, that she believes it. And maybe sometimes she has doubts. Everybody has doubts in their beliefs sometimes, but not on screen.
I mean, possibly.
How big it is.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, ladies.
I mean, you don't think.
I love when they disagree. So Chase says no. She believes it. Yes, she believes it. Scott's like, no, she's thinking about this. Mark's like, possibly. He's in between. Greg
is like, give us evidence. Positive.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
I don't know. There's a gap. I don't know. So let's say it isn't.
I think she's doing it on purpose. I think she's trying, because there's way too many of these things happening there. Too many.
Okay, she does it on purpose, but I don't think she knows. There's not this calculated, I must say it this way. It's just an instinct with her. She just knows how to do it. It's a natural. It's like breathing to her. That's maybe the way it happens is not as well thought out as somebody who is grifting, who has to think through what they're going to perform, what they're going to say.
Red flags from the first video to this video that are showing that I've seen 1,000 times in someone who's conning somebody else, or trying to work somebody else, or grab their persuasion and persuade them to think something else. So that's the one I'm going to go with. This one I have to go with.
But she believes,
like you.
She still believes it. So she is conning people, I suppose, but she has conned herself. Remember, we said it earlier. She conned herself. So now she's out here conning everybody else. She believes herself.
You guys do.
Yeah.
But what she does for a living is persuade people.
That's what I mean.
That's what I think you're seeing.
Yeah.
This is all her baseline. She speaks like this all the time, and she's passionate about this because she's talking about her friend being murdered. So
yeah,
I rolled my eyes at that. I rolled my eyes at that because the way that she has treated her friend's death has not seemed like anything respectful. Okay. That's exactly how she speaks. I just spoke exactly how she speaks. She goes, okay, like that. She does. I didn't Candace. So she has not been that way. She has attacked his wife. But oh no, she's trying to find out what happened to her friend, and he appeared to me in a dream, and all of that's. I'm sorry. She has gone over the top with it in such a disrespectful way that she has shat all over her friend's memory, in my opinion.
It's turned up a little bit, but I don't think it's deliberate. I think her outcome is in her mind and conscious. I don't think the technique is.
It's not a good look.
What she has to sell, is that.
That is not a good look. That's exactly what you said here. What's it? Enjoying manipulation is a red flag. Exactly. So it's not a good look. Hey, Galente, good to see you. I'm so glad you're around. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying the setup. Appeared to me in a dream. Yes, she said that he appeared to her in a dream, and we're close to this. We're close to the answer, is what he said, I think.
Persuasion that she does best. I mean, that we're all dancing around and saying, communication, all that's persuasion. What she does is she draws in followers. I've talked to some people who are disaffected from her now, but they loved her clarity of thought and that kind of thing. So if she comes across as questioning her clarity of thought, she loses subscribers, followers, watchers.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the entertainment here is to destroy categories, open up a gap, pull people into that, suggesting that you'll be able to answer it, and then open up
and never answer it,
more gaps and more gaps, and never close the loop, because people
never close the loop, because we can continue with episode after episode of speculation and whatever, and we never know. And that is why I lost track of her whole coverage of the Charlie Kirk thing, because people were on track with her. They were following her. They were watching one episode at a time, and they stayed with her on that episode. They didn't go back and go, wait, but you said this in this episode. Now you're saying this. Suddenly suddenly, oh no, we just had new information that you know what, it might actually be the French, like it might actually be them. Like suddenly we have that, and so there's that little plausible deniability, or we had extra information. That's why our narrative evolved. No, now your narrative is just, but bringing in a new narrative disproves others. Hello. Now why I thought it was the Jews. Why is it now just his wife? Like things like that, where she just tries to push everything into the conspiracy hole. This is the way they've described it here is perfect.
We'll keep watching and watching. Come back next week and we'll answer that question. What another category just exploded? What you thought was that is not that anymore. And I can't.
This is George Lakoff. Have you read that?
I mean,
book?
it's postmodernism. It's entertainment. I mean, people have been doing it since the Greeks.
Lakoff.
It's
Look at
nothing.
Mark,
There's nothing
man, you're
new
all
about
worked
it.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Yeah,
because-
postmodernism can get a person riled up because it's like, stop destroying everything, you shits. Okay, screw you.
people think this just got invented.
The
Whereas
next
this,
one's
you know,
even more.
Oh,
been
this is
around for
Plato.
thousands of years.
Plato. Yeah.
What? Come hang out in the flat Earth community? I'm gonna do that. Flat Earth will be fun. There's lots of flat Earth debates.
We gonna talk philosophy?
No, I
No.
meant Play-Doh, like the dough that you get.
I think
Play-Doh.
I used to go to school with a kid who ate
I want Play-Doh, guys.
that stuff, you know.
I mean, nice to
Okay,
just
sorry.
play with it.
Man, I thought I saw an opening there. Sorry, dude. I was going in.
The shooter, or the alleged shooter, you think they're a patsy?
Of course, they're
Yeah.
patsy. I mean, come on, it's so dumb. He wasn't even on campus that day. They can't show us one clear image, not even one. All
Yeah, I want to see more. Are we going to talk about Erica? Okay, let's go.
four
I was running a
sprint waved the person. Now they may have been dropping off a gun, dropping off the screwdriver. I don't know.
See again what I'm talking about, the dropping off of the gun and the whole thing. There is an example of her bringing in a speculation that disproves a previous speculation or solves a problem she brought up earlier. She brought up the problem of, oh, well, how could he get the gun there and whatever. Well, you're now positing that actually maybe somebody was dropping off a gun there. Is that what somebody told you?
because there's one video like one of the students had
But
panned
that
out where he
person
was
who
running.
took that video that I had to track down,
Okay,
military.
really.
Everybody's military in the story.
Really?
Mhm.
So the person that captured that, because I remember when it first broke out, that cell phone footage got released where the shot goes off, and for some odd reason he's looking at the roof, and you see like a
Yeah.
little.
He's not looking at the roof, honey, sweetie, baby child. No. I saw this on the day. I saw the footage on the day. People, the reason it's so unclear is because you have to zoom in to what else he was filming. He was filming normal stuff. That's why it's so out of focus, because he's not filming the roof. It happened in the background. That's why it's not so clear. Jeez.
Speck running on the top. So that person that took that video was military.
Military. I got in touch with the person, and they didn't put the video
See,
up.
and you see how he believes her. He's just like, that person was military. Okay, you just said this word military. Again, I need to understand what you mean by this person was military. Is it ex-military? Is it recruiter? What position in the military does this person have? That and then tell me what conclusion you have come to because this person is military. You've just gone, oh, it's military. You've opened up the military gap there. You've gone, oh, military. That means bad government stuff. And that's it. You haven't gone further with that. You haven't said, oh, there is so and so was actually hired. I found out he was hired to shoot. None of that. You're just saying he was military. Hey guys, hey, he was gay. Like that kind of just bring up something, and then we got to just run with it and say, okay, here's a conclusion. Like that's how irrelevant it is.
I had to go through 3 people. I'm like, so I'm supposed to believe you're like a college kid and you have nothing to do with anything. You just decide to randomly be like, oh, I got this video, but I'm gonna send it through 3 people to have it released.
Interesting.
I got this video, but I'm gonna send it through 3 people to have it released. I think that's pretty normal. But you're not going to go immediately to the press. You're just gonna, hey, guys, check this out, and then everybody sends it around. That's normal. No, but the fact that there's 3 people, guys, that is the problem. That is very scary. 3 people got this video before it was released. That's what she does.
And also the Losey building, where the shot definitely did not come from, is
The shot definitely didn't come from the Losey building. Tell us, Chase, did the shot just not come from that building? Where did it come from? So we didn't get the shot from that building. Okay. So wow, we've just proved absolutely everything here. Wow. Okay. No, not the Losey building. Okay, what building was it then? Was it the one where the military guy was? Because he was there another military guy?
the only place on campus that houses, I believe on the 3rd floor, according to my source, like the military.
She does this. She starts going like this. Houses. She does that kind of dictation. Diction. When she starts getting to the point, she does the vocal fry, and then she does this proper diction. She does that. Just look at her mouth here.
The only place on campus that houses, I believe on the 3rd floor, according to my source, like the military something, is in the Losey building. So
it's an oldie building. You see, she goes to the vocal fry as well. So not the Losey building. Wait, what are you saying?
Their 3rd definitely did not come from is
so the building where the shot didn't come from. Oh, so she's doing the sorry, I missed it. She's doing the reverse, where it's like, oh, it definitely didn't come from there, ha ha ha, because this is the theory where the shot came from. It was from the Losey building. Okay, I understand. I don't know the names of the buildings, so I couldn't pick up which one she was talking about, but she is now talking about where the shot did not come from, meaning that's where the shot came from. You see, she's filled in the gap.
The only place on campus that houses, I believe on the 3rd floor, according to my source, like the military something.
The military something, does it house military books? The military something. It houses the military something, guys. That's where the shot came from. So it was okay, Candace. So it was the military, guys. So far, we've got military being the conclusive people to blame for Charlie Kirk. I've written it here. Okay, military. It's the conclusive thing, right? Cool. Let's see. I wonder if she's going to come up with anything else.
Is in the Losey building. So there's a lot happening. That all of that was just a show to mask who the real shooter was. I think it's way more likely that the shooter was in the audience. Or
Oh, it's way more likely that the shooter was in the audience. And you see, we've now got the very serious voice. We're not open and doing our thing. We come in closed and we go, the shooter was in the audience. We never found out who the source is, because people also just lie to her, because they know that if they tell her something that is juicy enough, she will just believe it.
To the side of the audience, I think that's the more likely story.
Oh, this is very good. You know what? Well done, Candace. I think that's the more likely story. No, guys, we have to give her credit for that. She said, I think that's the more likely story. Like, I've been criticizing her for all of this. I'm not making it. I'm not a joke. I've been criticizing her for the way that she says things, but her saying, I think that's the more likely story, that's very good. The thing is that it's followed and it's surrounded by this big, I know the truth stuff. So you can lose that. I think that's the likely answer. You lose that. That's not your big show. That's not even a subtitle. It's in the back there somewhere.
Because he wasn't shot with a 30-06, first and foremost, and the bullet did not destroy his neck. I know
the bullet did not destroy his neck.
That for a fact. And he actually...
she does know that for a fact. So all the other stuff that she knows she doesn't know is a fact. Just so you know.
Yeah, 30-06 throws everybody off. Like...
But that was their plan.
Yeah.
Until...
There. Who's there? Who's there?
I accidentally, which I didn't even process it at the time, revealed that the bullet didn't go through.
Yeah.
I revealed that the bullet didn't go through. It's almost as if the person wasn't like an expert shot.
Yeah, and then they kind of were like, oh, it was just a miracle, actually. There was no 3 out of 6.
Yeah, the text messages are a bit strange too.
Greg, what do you got?
Yeah. So remember, I talked to you about epiphany, getting a person to believe
Mhm.
whatever it is or to understand whatever it is through
She's given this guy an epiphany right there because he goes, really, really, was it military? Really?
their own brain. They come to a realization versus telling. If I've got facts,
In a crowd, it would be noticed. Absolutely, a gun like that would, yeah, people would you would absolutely get a response like that, Q. But and we would have that on camera. But no, you know what? There's going to be some other reason that we don't have that on camera. And you know what? Turning Point took everybody's phones and took all the cameras and all the videos, and we'll never see that. So even though you've brought up something that could give us some pause, no, we're in a post-truth society. You cannot bring that up. Okay.
I don't care if you believe it or not. I'm just going to tell you. This is the way it is. Hey, Chase, a 30-06 will penetrate steel. There's fact, right? So that's not, well, they're kind of tough. And what we see a lot of here is persuasion, a lot of persuasion. I mean, a lot of persuasion. And let me give you just some body language of persuasion. Hard eye contact with good approval sign.
She does not get loud. You see how loud she was before, and she brought it all the way back down.
When you say what she wants. Widening of the eyes, a slight smile, nodding. That's that. Aren't you quick? Aren't you picking up? And then letting you talk. Even at one point, look at her looking over a coffee cup with her eyes real big in affirmation.
Here's the
So she's
tea.
telling a story and she's asking for approval of it. Not saying at all she's lying, not by any stretch. What makes me think of it as more of a conspiracy theory than anything else.
Hey, Rosales. They give you free breadsticks to fill you up before the meal. That's how they get you. The they is scary. So Davina thinks it's all acting. Davina thinks she's on drugs and she's just, she's just riding the money and that's it. All this analysis, you'd think Candace was trained in human performance and can flip her behavior on the fly to manipulate the world. No, that's the thing. This is why it's instinctual. She's a manipulative person. People do this. They don't have to have training to do it. You need to have training to pick it up as well as they do and to find the signs themselves the way that they are. They're doing it.
Is she talks about verifiable facts. She talks about they were all military. He went through 3 people. The one thing she could validate and prove is there is a military something on the 3rd floor. Well,
yes.
Stories full of details should be full of details. One that you can verify is,
well, there's a military something. Sorry, she has to check her sources, Greg. Okay, sorry, she can't remember all of this information all at once, especially when it proves things.
really quickly, I just pick up my phone and find out what's in that building and say, oh, yeah, and then they're right. Somebody told me that. But she does a cutout, what they call a fusible link to the story by saying someone told me that supposedly. That's a whole lot.
Someone told me that supposedly. So, that's a nice distancing. We're distancing ourselves from everything. It's just someone, first of all, told me, okay, that supposedly, so we don't even know if that's true, but you know what? When we get to the fact, that's when I'm going to be on it. What's it? Hi, Nick. What's up? I think she serves certain powers, Russia and China, to have someone as disruptive as Candace. I mean, it helps. She's certainly a useful idiot to them, if that's the case. Like, I don't know if it's like direct, but it could be. It has happened before.
A lot of supposed in that. That's conspiracy theory thinking. That's the way that people fill in the blanks. Mark, to your point, all you got to do a lot of times is put up 2 goalposts and let them fill in the blocks. To the point when I was a kid, I used to say I was going to write a book called Don't Mess with Them, They Will Kill You. Because when I was a kid, you read headlines, they kill kids.
Exactly. They do all the things. They is the worst person in the world.
Kennedy, they kill Martin Luther King, and then they would say, who did? Well, you know them. Well, wait a minute. Don't Mess with Them, They'll Kill Kennedy would be a great book. All I need to do is take headlines from newspapers for generations and put them in. That kind of wide opening allows people to build a lattice work of things in between.
Yes, you insert whoever you want your they to be. And a lot of the time, what Candace's they is Jew. She goes, oh, it's the 6 degrees of Jew, where she's just going to find Jewish people and blame them. No matter what the issue is, somehow it's the Jewish people's fault. That's how she works. That's what her they is. But then she shifted it around because she also doesn't like the military. She doesn't like the government. She also doesn't like Erica Kirk because she didn't get to marry Charlie Kirk. But anyway, and she also doesn't like the Macrons. So France is also involved. So all of her theys just got a little spot in the spotlight for the reason and the people that killed Charlie Kirk.
Watch her as she's doing this. She does pleasant smiles. This is back to storytelling 101. Don't tell, ask, and get the person to fill in the blanks. And it's much more powerful if they contribute than if you tell them all the facts.
Yes,
And
collaborative
look, I
storytelling.
don't know the facts of this case. I do find it odd that a 30-06 didn't penetrate. Is it a squib round? I don't know what could have happened.
A
But
squib.
I still find it that anomalies in a story are hard to hide. You want me to point out an anomaly to her story? There's a whole audience of people there, and somebody pulls out a gun in the audience and shoots. Don't
There you
think somebody
go.
might notice that? So she's filling in the
She's filling in the blanks, but then she doesn't have any blanks of her own. Haha. Q pointed it out.
blanks with things that can't be true too. So this is kind of a mess to me. This is more a persuasion thing and a style of communication and a style of entertainment. Mark, back to your point. I'm going to hand it to you because I think it's more entertainment than it is deception by any stretch.
Yeah, and it's super entertaining. I've got no problem with it. I'm not for it or against it. I'm engaged with it. She's a brilliant
Sure, guys.
broadcaster.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to end it after this one, or maybe we'll watch the last clip, the sixth clip. Wow, they've got 6. Or maybe we'll watch the end bit after this. See what they've concluded. And yeah, you guys can obviously go and watch the original. I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
She has what I would call, let's get a bit cultural here. She has what I would call a beer degree, which is she's got the cup of coffee in her hand. In England, that would be a beer. And when you have the beer in your hand, you have carte blanche to be an expert on whatever you like. And you can just spin whatever. And then when you don't have the beer and you've left the pub, like it's all off.
I've been to that university.
Yeah, we're not.
That on Kitty on Discord. You should be able to find me that way. Please find me, please, because we need to play Helldivers this weekend. Yes, if Kyle is there, he can also play.
In the pub now. I mean, obviously, I don't know that to be true, but in the pub with the beer, you can say something is true that isn't true just because it feels that way, or they say,
good.
or I heard. Yeah, and you can vehemently put forward your idea.
Guys, does the sippy cup do the trick? I mean, it's a trendy sippy cup. It's an Awala. So, do you guys believe me now? Because I have a sippy cup. Do it. Believe me.
Then somebody will vehemently agree or have an argument with you, and it's thoroughly entertaining because you've got two human beings.
I'm
backing
entertained
off each
and
other, and
infuriated.
it's better than sitting at home alone. Okay, so I think what's happening here is she is teaching us how to talk about this with our friends. Get a coffee in your hand, be absolutely, forthright about it. I put here she is matter of fact, assured, and vehement about the conjecture. She's absolutely vehement about her conjecture.
We're
But
repeating.
she's got the coffee in her hand. She's got somebody that she's talking to over coffee, and they say this, and it can't be this, and I
She's
know
giving
for a
us the
fact.
tea.
And she's got absolutely.
She's giving us the tea. That's exactly it. And people will look. Her followers are not people that have the tea. They're not like that. They won't call it that. But that's exactly what they're doing. Okay. It's just that they have a different way of doing it. It's beer.
Absolute confidence with
Give
her
us the
coffee
beer.
degree here, and good on her because it's super entertaining, and who wouldn't want to sit in front of that and go, see, do you hear what Candace said? And it's true, It's
Do you know what Candace said? That is exactly it. That's what she wants. That's what she's getting.
true. And I could sit
For
with my
me.
coffee and go, it's true, and I could entertain somebody with this. It's brilliant. Why shouldn't this be allowed? Well, it is allowed. Well, she's doing it. It's absolutely allowed. Chase, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, Chase, tell us how it's actually a psyop and Candace is right.
Yeah, I think about 3 years ago, Mark started talking about Shakespeare and all of the Brothers Grimm and all these fairy tales and like drawing these allegorical lines. And it got me into it. I got into this stuff. I wanted to like understand story better and things like that. And I think it's a great way to understand a cultural shift and how cultures shape
Okay.
reality. And Mark
Where are we going with this? So he's gotten the whole idea of story, Shakespeare, Brothers Grimm. Where are we going?
talks about a lot of fancy stuff. I'm going to talk about the movie Office Space really quick because that's
no.
my wheelhouse. So Candace, I just want to talk the sociological aspect of what's going on here and why she's
Is he trying to navigate saying that she's right? I think he's saying wrong. It's
relevant. Her
irrelevant.
popularity spiked after she stopped giving an F after a while.
Because she's crazy, and we're all like, wow, did you there are people that believe her. There's also crazies. So there's crazies that believe her and believe her hard. Okay. Like, I'm not talking about like, she's got a point. Like, she's got a point. You are a liar. You're part of the problem. That kind of believer. Okay. She's got those people. But then she's also got us that are watching and going, ooh, like, really? What will she say next?
So she hit the same switch that Peter does in Office Space. There's this moment where he just stops pretending. He stops giving a crap. Scott doesn't want me to say the S word anymore. But he stops waking up to live somebody else's idea of a successful life. And suddenly everybody in the whole world starts listening to him. And this is because when
Okay, guys, so what I'm hearing is we all just have to stop giving an F about everything and people will just listen to us. I don't know, man. It you know what it is? It seems like a superpower where if you just like Trump, he just believes things will come into being. Just because he believes things, just because he says things, it will just happen. Like, oh, it's a hoax. Epstein files are a hoax, and everybody's just gonna turn around and be able to just 5 seconds forget that he said he was going to release the files. All of that, we're going to forget that, and just not. You just don't give a crap that you've been found out. And it's a superpower, but I just don't possess it. I'm sorry.
someone doesn't need your approval, they get weirdly powerful. And this is true in interrogations, in podcast interviews, in relationships. That's a human paradox that we're programmed to just like chase validation until life breaks us enough times to realize that the whole thing's rigged. It's a treadmill and there's no finish line. So when somebody finally steps off, it doesn't look polished. It's messy. It pisses people off, but it's real. And when you actually see it, you feel like a little internal thing going on, like your own leash got a little bit loose just because you see someone else do it. So maybe you don't need to be yourself. And we start realizing we can stop auditioning for all that stuff at any time. I think that's what people
Well, we don't need to be ourselves. What do you mean? Like, we don't have to actually act like ourselves. We're just ourselves.
loved about Office Space. And I think that's why Candace's
haven't seen
shift
the movie.
hits really hard. She stopped auditioning. And I think if you look at sociological research and history, there's always a part of us that wants to follow along and not in her footsteps. And I'm not saying in her political views, but just the non-auditioning part of that.
Okay, just guys, learn from. I like that. Let's learn from Candace Owens that we can just not give a shit anymore, and people might like it. The thing is, a lot of the stuff that makes me give a shit a lot of the time is morals. That's the thing. Like, a lot of things that make me uncomfortable is not, ooh, what would people think? It's, that's not a good thing to do. Like, that's why. Not just what will people think. It's, that's uncomfortable because that's not the right thing to do. But yeah, either way, it's always good to release yourself from the expectations of others in some way.
That's all I got. Scott, what do you got?
All right. Well, again, her body language of confidence, and it's up. She looks confident, sounds confident. Her blink rate has been fairly low this entire time. I'm not seeing any cues of stress.
She did bring it up. She did have higher blink rate later when she spoke about Brett Cooper, it seemed like.
I'm not seeing any adapting happening. Not much at all. There's not a whole lot going on with her from the limbic system saying, hey man, we got to watch it. Everything is flowing from her. There's no
Exactly.
cues of thinking. There's no inner dialogue going on.
There's no cues of thinking. She's not thinking. It's just coming all out. It's just coming out. I mean, I can relate.
I don't think she may be thinking about what scenarios, but I don't think she's structuring her sentences as she goes along. I don't see anything like that in her. So I think she's on a roll. I think this is flowing. I think she's used to being in this spot from having.
Yeah. Hello. She's used to talking to herself for an hour at a time for her show. We good.
Done it for so long now on her own. She's got I think is it a podcast or it's on YouTube, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think she's pretty popular. Whatever she's doing, it's pretty.
I
popular.
love how
popular anyway.
boomer they can
Yeah,
be.
because I see her a lot, but I never see her channel or whatever. I've never seen that.
Let's just say this, Scott. She's bigger than us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Much.
Not difficult,
Much.
but she's bigger than us.
So now when she
Not
talks about it, she got the video.
difficult, says them with their million subscribers. Get out, okay? Some of us are here in the thousands. You guys can't even hear us.
Oh, she refers to this person she got it from as they were the military. She doesn't say what branch. She doesn't say who it was. She never gives specific details, but just enough, like Mark's been talking about, just enough to believe she's being honest to make that connection. And whoever it is given to her, trust her enough, and only her to give her this.
Okay, so it's a lot of repeat here. I'm just going to go to the last video, the last clip. Guys, go and subscribe, become a panelist. That's what they call their subscribers. You might see me in premieres in the chat. I go to the premieres. I go there, in my gown. I go to their video premieres. I like the chat there. They're quite a nice community.
To guess right now where I'm at.
Parts in, but from what you have today, who do you think are a bit strange too? If you could kind of give me a quick summary, what do you think transpired in that day? Who do you think is responsible? Maybe a rough timeline. I know you're still filling parts in, but from what you...
That's a great answer. Give us the definitive what you are saying. Tell us. Tell us what would be the answer today? Where are we at? I'm writing it down.
You have so far.
So
what do you
this is
think?
a guess, and this is just like if I had to guess right now where I'm at, and this, I think Tyler Robinson's only contribution was that he had his prints on the gun. I know that his prints were not the only prints that were on the gun, which is something that they haven't been honest about.
Okay.
She did I'm big, I'm smug. I know the answer. I know. So she knows they're not the only prints on a gun that belongs to multiple people. Okay. He weren't the only prints. I know that. So his contribution, guys, was his fingerprints. Okay, because he wasn't there on the day. Just remember that. Fingerprints. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. He put his fingerprints on it. So far we don't have what transpired on the day. We've just got his contribution was his fingerprints. We're not getting how the fingerprints got there, we're not getting a timeline. We're not getting anything. Tell me now. Tell me in a timeline what your theory is.
I would suspect that
The
his only role,
DNA on that too and stuff.
Yeah, I think Lance Twiggs is much more involved. I don't think he took the shot either, but I think he's more involved. I think
Lance is more involved. Okay, that's really real specific. Okay, Lance is more involved. Okay, Lance likes to dance and he is more involved. Okay, that's real specific. Okay.
I think that Tyler Robinson's, all of the people that were involved that day got swept up in pedophile stuff from Georgia.
They got swept up in pedophile stuff. Okay. In pedo things. So because of pedo things.
Zin, the guy that cheered, his father is also a pedophile. The guy next, I mean, the whole thing is like it was an operation with blackmailed people.
And the Zin guy was a 9.
It was an operation with blackmailed people. So The way they got these people to be agents this way is because of pedophilia. Okay, so right, that makes sense. Okay, so because they were pedophiles and they were blackmailed, they had to do this to clear their names, right? Because you don't want to be a pedophile. You'd rather just go and have the death penalty. Okay, well, not the death penalty. There's no death penalty, and that's right. But yeah, you would rather go down as a murderer. I mean, I would rather go down as a murderer than a pedophile. But anyway,
11-2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just unbelievable. And again, more of a marker that this was like a black. I mean,
sorry. He asked for a run of events, but here we are.
Operation with blackmailed people.
And the Zin guy was at 9/11 too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the one guy was in 9/11 too. Okay, cool. He did 9/11. Okay, we go. Stop it. Stop on bringing in. This is what they're talking about, where he brings in all of the other things. Oh, also this, also that. No. Let her give us the answers. She is the arbiter of truth. Did you not know?
I mean, just unbelievable. And again, more of a marker that this was like a blackmail operation. Also, Zin told a nurse that he was being paid. He didn't know how he was going to be paid for doing that after. So he was supposed to be
he was being paid, was going to be told a nurse. Told and a nurse. Why? I don't know. Zin told a nurse. Also, so she just reaches into her bag and just goes, look here, see this? And then she goes, look here, see that? She doesn't go, here's this, and it connects to this, and it connects to this, and this is how it all happens. No, it's just, oh, well, there was a pedophile ring, and that's who it was.
another patsy. And
yeah, because it was like immediate. Like he got like
It was just-
when
it was
this
his
all
role.
broke out, he got arrested.
I
and he was
really
like-
can't handle this guy answering. Like, stop it. Let her answer the
It was out in the news like immediately.
multiple people involved that day. One person maybe just supposed to run across the rooftop.
Oh, now the person who's running across the rooftop. Sorry, I thought the person running across the rooftop wasn't a person and didn't exist, or wasn't even wasn't even. There wasn't even a person there, because we didn't even have the footage. The footage wasn't actually 4K. So, right? No, suddenly now this is okay. Okay.
Another, I think Tyler Robinson, all his job was to pick up clothes. I
Mhm.
think literally he didn't step foot on campus that day, and his job.
He didn't set foot on campus. So we got the guy to put his fingerprints on the gun, but we didn't put him on campus. So he's part of the part of the pedophile ring, and that's why he's doing this, because he's all being blackmailed, right? And that's why he is part of the whole thing. He put his fingerprints on the gun, but he was not involved on the day. He didn't go there at all.
Was to get rid of the clothes next to the Dairy Queen into some cemetery, which I broke, and the FBI has not disputed.
Which I broke, because I broke, and the FBI has not disputed. The FBI has not given a shit about what you're doing, but okay, that means that no, they're covering it up, guys.
But they decided to monitor the Dairy Queen afterwards and send some feds there. And yeah, so
I
his
have
role
to
was
hear
to
I have to hear the analysis of this one. I'm sorry.
pick up clothes. I think Lance is actually the one that's walking in the backpack. But
Oh,
Guys, I need to diagram this. I need to go back and diagram this, because this is the story that she's telling us, right? This is the answer.
the TMZ
in the
footage.
maroon, yep, I think that's
TMZ
Lance. And
footage,
I don't
okay.
know who is walking up the stairs. I think that's a whole different person, because they don't even look like they have the same body.
Okay.
And yeah,
You can't even give me a coherent story here.
that's how you do a nice feather operation. You got a bunch of patsies doing different roles,
And
and
then it shows the video of the stairway footage either, which is another thing that's
Mhm.
strange.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Mark, I can't wait. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, she says it itself. It's a guess. Here's a guess.
Here's a
And
guess.
so perfect. Great. So she's guessing, and God love her. It's a brilliant guess. And I love just the encyclopedic way it has to go. I mean, I can't follow it. I just can't follow it. There's all those
Yeah.
lovely encyclopedias at the back there, I guess, with some kind of icon in front of them. And I'm just going, what an incredible mind, because she's able to go to here and go to here, and there's this and there's this, and this isn't this, and this is probably this and possibly that, and it's all a guess. And so I can guess as well. Look, I suspect her guess, would be better than mine or more entertaining than mine, because I'd give up my guess at some point and just go,
Yes, you're not supposed to guess, Mark. Your guess being what the authorities told you is definitely not okay. You are not supposed to believe anything that they tell you because they lied to you about COVID and all of these things. So you can't believe them about absolutely anything ever again. You have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and you have to trust Candace Owens, because she, of all the people we're going to believe, she's the one. And she, you know what? She makes so much sense. So I mean, how could you not? How could you but believe her, right? And you guys remember, she's a Christian, and you should just believe Christians. She's a good person. She's going to heaven. Therefore, she is correct. And that is all I have to say.
I actually I don't know. Don't really know. I've not really followed it. But she's not doing that. She's going, look, here's my guess, and I'm vehemently going to put it across, and I'm going to show you where I can go with this. And it's wonderful to watch, but and it fulfills that part of me, and it fulfills absolutely zero factual part of me, because that part of me just goes, do you have a fact? Do you have an actual recognizable fact that it can be sensibly corroborated, sensibly by three, outside sources? So we have a sensible fact.
It's all her sources, Mark. Okay, they're hers, and they told her. Okay, she had sources that told her someone was in a building where her lawyers were. Because I honestly still believe that was a troll. Like, somebody just told her some information that she then broke, and then it wasn't real. Anyway,
to now be able to start legitimately creating a logic. But in this beautiful postmodern world, we can absolutely destroy logic, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, but it can demoralize, and to an extent, it demoralizes me.
It demoralizes me
part of
too.
me really loves it, and a part of it is like, oh, I'm completely demoralized by this.
I don't have much love for it. I don't have. I must say, I like maybe the part of me that likes that kind of thinking is when it's in a murder case, or a true crime case, kind of thing. I don't know. I think that's the part of my brain that then gets into the entertainment part. But here, for this reason, maybe it's because it's not just an individual thing. This is true crime. I understand it's true crime as well, but it's got politics in it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff, and somehow I just go to the demoralizing thing. I don't go to the entertainment. I'm entertained by these guys, but I'm not entertained by Candace. I'm driven mad by her, as you've probably noticed, because I keep banging my desk.
But I'm comfortable holding the two together. Greg, what do you got on this one?
I love this one. It's beautiful. It's short. I mean, the video is a little long, but what's beautiful about it is this is a conjecture question. When you ask a fact question, you expect one behavior, and a conjecture question another. And that's in fact what we get. When she gets allowed to do conjecture, she rattles. Pay attention to her. She also touches her head.
No, I can't pay attention to her. I can't find where she goes with it. So we've got the contribution. Lance was more involved. They were swept up in a pedophile thing. It was an operation put together by blackmailed people. And then he obviously complicates it by putting his thoughts in. Two people were two different people, and Tyler wasn't on the campus. And okay,
Because she's thinking, looks a hell of a lot like video one when she said, I was told that there were donors he's protecting. So we see that conjecture she's free flowing, she's moving, she's doing everything matches, but it's
nothing makes sense.
founded in fact, and there's no hesitation and none of that. Shouldn't have to tell you where it's coming from. It's just an opinion. So we now know that part way back in the beginning, if you go look, is a minor deviation from baseline, because she's doing something. She's got some conjecture going, is my guess.
Ah, okay, that's cool. So earlier on, when she was talking about Trump, she did do this involuntary touch. So he is saying that she does it again when conjecture is involved. So it could be part of her baseline that this is what she does when she's thinking. But you see, she did the same sort of thing in an exaggerated manner when she was trying to illustrate her disbelief in a certain statement, where she's like, like that. That was doubt. Here, maybe this is thinking, this is conjecture, this is not too sure.
Look at all of it. I think this gives more credence to her previous 5 videos because it's deviated from that baseline and she's been asked to guess. Scott, what do you got?
All right, from an interrogation perspective, all this does is make me want to ask questions. It leaves more things open than it does closes things. When
That's
she's
the
throwing out all
point.
these facts, like these things like they're facts, and just dismisses them and goes.
She does it like they're facts as well. That is the thing. She does them like they're facts as well. Not that they are questions or anything like that. It's or conjectures or anything. So she will say it's a guess, but she won't keep punctuating that it's a guess, like other people would.
Goes right on. That bothers me. Where did she get this information about the prince? Doesn't reference that at all. Why does she think that what she does about everybody's involvement? Where's she getting her information? You just can't come out and well, you can because she just did. You know, it's like me saying,
In conjecture, you can.
Yeah, but I mean, in this situation, she should be saying, look, if she wants us to know, here's so-and-so told me about the prince. I've got a picture of it or whatever, or that's what they told me. Let's talk to them or go talk to them. She should have,
She's but her conjecture itself does not even become, it's not even coherent. She doesn't actually say, well, you know, Joe, whatever the guy's name is. What I think is that they were manipulated. There was this group of the people, and they were blackmailed because of this and this and this. And what actually happened was they made Lance go across the roof to get the things, whatever. And the real shooter is this person. That's what I think. She doesn't do any of that. She just brings up more. Just I think it was this. I think it was this. But she doesn't put them all together for us. She just says, "You do it. You go."
you should be able to back all that up instead of saying it like that. And again, anytime somebody starts this kind of stuff, it just sets off red flags and makes me want to focus on them and almost just start asking them questions, which tips them off when you do that. But it makes me want to go right down that list right behind her as she starts talking that stuff, you know. So
Why we can't take you to a pub, Scott?
yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
Scott.
that's too much.
Where's your credentials?
Like, where's your fact for that? I've just got a beer degree, mate. I'm just shooting the breeze.
You have to take your
Everybody
side, too.
knows.
Everybody
knows that's the answer.
Oh, but then she
All right. Yeah.
tells out that thing about an operation with all blackmailed people. Are you kidding me? Who's going to be? She's going to blackmail a 22-year-old gay dude who's got a furry for a boyfriend. It's told everybody about it. What's this cat hiding? How can you blackmail somebody that's already said that?
He's hiding pedophilia. That's the answer, because it's so big. It's a very useful term. It's very scary. We can use that because people don't want to get involved with that. That's the worst thing you could accuse someone of doing.
You know, you can't set yourself apart from normality any more than that. I mean, what are you going to blackmail him with? All these,
I don't know. There's probably
well, I don't know either. I mean, I'd want to know. I want her to tell me.
Maybe he doesn't exist.
No,
Mark, shut up. He's getting all postmodern on us. He doesn't exist. He's not actually a person. He wasn't there.
well, I can't say he does because I'll
Just saying.
pictures.
Just saying.
Just saying. That's another thing that she's basically does, is just saying. Guys, I'm gonna end it there. Well, in the reaction there. Let's get our final thoughts together on this. What I wanted to pick up from their analysis, even though we haven't gone through all of it, what I wanted to pick up from their analysis is whether they detect any sort of deception in Candace. Does she believe what she is saying? Because if she doesn't, we're going to get deception. We do get nerves, it seems like. We get, her touching her head and whatever, the whole confirmation of that. We get that as she knows that this might be a marker of, this might be a point where people will challenge me That's what we're getting. We're not getting, oh, I'm not too sure about this, I'm lying kind of thing. We're not getting that from her. We're actually just getting, oh well, I know this is the part where people get pissed at me, that kind of thing. Yeah, so she is, I think the conclusion here is that yes, she is as crazy as she seems. She is instinctively a manipulative person. That's what we can see. The way that she puts her words together, the way that she does, she like digs out these gaps that you will then have to fill in with your conspiracy. You put the they in that you want to insert them here, and then you put that in there. She does that expertly, but as Chase said, I don't think it is a conscious thing. It's just the way she is, which is freaking scary because she does seem to really enjoy just milking these stories. And then this last video, that is a crazy one. I'm sorry, that one blew me out of it. It's blown my mind because I'm like, how could you, after all this, give an answer that fragmented? I guess that's exactly the answer. It's going to be that fragmented because at the end of the day, you've got all these questions, but you have no answers. All you have is questions. And all you wanted us to do was fill in the blanks. And it drives me insane. I wonder if it's possible for me to even track her thoughts through those sentences. Maybe we do that on Sunday. Maybe we completely react to something else completely different. Who knows? But I hope that you will be there for the stream. And I hope that you are liking and subscribing. And what else? Let's see what's happening in chat. You can't blame the behavior on that at all. No. People are just waiting to see her crash. I'm waiting. I am. Maybe Davina. Not the immoral behavior. I mean that she needs drugs to stay focused all these hours-long fabrication rants. I don't know, man. She's not very well focused. she doesn't keep it all together, whatever her ideas are. Yeah, kids take them as performance enhancers. I am not a fan of the performance enhancing drugs either. But yeah. I think that is it. I am tired. I need my Adderall. I don't have, but I'm getting tired. Oh yes, you're waiting for the Macron. You know what? Macron court case better be televised. Okay, but then I want it in English. So, right, guys, that's it for today's bit of a rant and a bit of a rumble. Go and subscribe to the Behavior Panel. They are one of my favorite channels in the world, and especially you, BMO, go and subscribe. I'm also going to be playing some games with some people on their channels probably this weekend, so look out for that. I'm going to try and jump on with Scooby Pup. Otherwise we won't be streaming. I don't know, just check out the gaming channel, keep your notifications on there because I might be streaming some Helldivers at some point this weekend. Have a good evening, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice life. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'll see you next time, shall we? Had some fun, we reacted to slap, but now